Hello everyone, this is Amrit. Welcome back to the channel. This video is the continuation of our full stack movie booking application system. This is the 16th video of our series, and in this video we will create our more APIs. Okay, so without any further delay, let's jump into the code. Okay, so in the previous video we made this movie detail dynamic. Okay, so once you go to the recommended movies, you can see that fields are dynamic. Okay, based on the movie ID it will change. And now our next target is to make this so dynamic. Okay, so based on the movie and the date selected here, that is 9th October, I have to display all the shows. So let's do that. Go to the VS Code and here go to the movie details.jsx, and inside this just go down in this file, and here you can see that there is theater timings. So here we have to pass two parameters. Number one is the movie ID. You can name it as movie ID, and another one is state, or we can say that is state. State is our current location. Movie ID is the ID which we received here from params. Okay, so this one. Now let's go here in the theater timings, and here just write ID and state. Sorry, not ID, we named it as movie ID and state. Okay, now here we have to fetch the source based on movie ID, state and formatted date as we defined in our APIs. Okay, so go to the APIs and index.js. You can see that here get source by movie and location. Here we have to pass movie ID, state and date. Okay, so let's do that. First of all, let's save this and theater timings. So here just write like this, and here's use query. Okay, and this will return data, that is so data. And now here just write number one, that is query function, sorry, query key. Here key is our so movie ID, state and formatted date. Okay, now query function, that is this is a async function, and here we have to write await get source by movie and location. Okay, and here we have to pass movie like this, movie ID and state and formatted date. Okay, now another thing is placeholder. We have to keep the previous data. Okay, now let's check the order, movie ID, state and date. Okay, so order is correct. Now let's test it that whether our data is coming or not. So let's write here so data and save it. Okay, now let's go to this here, and you can see that here we got an error, that is state is not defined at movie details. Okay, so we have to go back and reload here. State is fetching here. Okay, let's wait while it's fetching the, okay, the state is fetched. Now let's go to the F1 movie. We get an error, state is not defined here. Line number 146 here. Okay, we didn't receive state here. Okay, so what we can do here is just remove this from here and go to the timings and remove from here also. Now instead of cross drilling, just call the location data from use location context API. Okay, now let's pass this state as location. Okay, now this location we have to pass. Now let's save it. Okay, let's reload. State is not defined, still not defined. Why it's not defined? Okay, sorry, here maybe we have to write location. We have to import it from our use location. What is this? Context API location, use location. Okay, so this is use location but from context API. Okay, now let's send this again. Okay, now state is West Bengal, date 9/10/25. Okay, again we didn't get anything as a response here. Let's check why. Okay, I think let's go to the backend, and here let's see how we store the data. So go to the seed. Okay, so here you can see that date is in the form of DDMMYYY. Okay, but we are sending the date as a form of YY. So just change this to this, and let's send the request again. Okay, still we got the same response. Okay, no, this is the not correct URL. Let's reload here 20 request. Okay, you can see that here movie ID, date, and we get here the source detail. Okay, you can see that here. Okay, so for F1 movie there are 3 theaters. You can see that number 1 theater is that Salt Lake, this PVR Salt Lake. Another theater is that this Newtown Kolkata Inox, and another one is this Cinepolis. Okay, so I think we get our correct data. Now it's time to render this data into the UI. Okay, so I will open this thing for my integration. Okay, so let's go to the theater timings, and here you can see that this is in form of inside data, source data dot data. Okay, so what we do here is we can do one thing here, that is just select that data from response dot data. Now let's log this again. Okay, here you can see that we get only arrays here. Now let's go down here, and here's theater timings. Before this, let's first of all write a simple logic that show data dot length equal to 0, then display this. Okay, no source available for the selected date. Okay, and let's add some styling here, that is text center, text gray 500. Okay, now let's save it. Currently the length is not equal to 0, then we cannot see this. Okay, now let's go to here and render the theater data. Okay, so first of all here just write source data dot map, and inside this just remove this theater and write current. Yeah, it means current data. Okay, and here just write I it's good. Now here just write current dot theater details dot logo. Okay, so why I have written this, if you go inside the data, so you can see that this is the, let's suppose this is a current data, then current dot theater details dot logo. Okay, now let's do for this current dot theater details dot name. Okay, now let's copy this and just paste it this. Okay, and instead of theater details, here we have to display our source. Okay, this source. Okay, so just write here source dot map. Okay, and here slot and the index. Okay, so number 1 here is our slot dot start time. Let's check here. Okay, inside source slot dot start time, and our audio type not to uppercase. Now let's check it how it's looking. Okay, so save it, and we got an error. Let's see why. Cannot read property of undefined theater details, line number 72. Okay, here we have to write like this. Okay, and change this to this. Okay, Now let's save it. Okay. Sorry. Okay, now you can see that we get here 3 data. PVR Salt Lake, 4 source inside this PVR Salt Lake, and Inox Newtown. Okay. If I change this date to 9 to 10th October, then it should be changed. Okay. So let's change this to 10th of October. Yeah, you can see that it is changing. Now there is no any source for 11th October. So if I click on 11th October, then it must show no source available for selected date. Okay. So let's click. I can see that no source available for the selected date. Okay. So I think our theater timing is working, and this filters is also working. Calendar filter is also working. Okay. So this is done. Okay. Now the next thing is to, when you click on this button, then you will redirect to a seat layout page, which looks like this. Okay. And inside this, you can select the seat and then proceed with the booking. Okay. So this UI is not implemented currently. So we have to first implement this, and then we will redirect from here to this page. Okay. And this all data will be dynamic. Okay. So we have to do that, but before that we have to do some more thing, that is to, if I click on this movie, then we will redirect to all movies detail page. Okay. So here you can see that if you close this all and go to the app.jsx, here you can see that movies page. So let's first go to here, inside headers. So inside header, bottom header, this is movies. Okay. So here just right on click, navigate to /movies. Okay. So let's click on this. Yeah, I can see that this is the where you can display all your movies. Okay. So this is currently static. We have to make it dynamic also. Okay. So let's integrate the API here. So go to the pages, and this is movies page. Here just go here and write this. Okay. This is simple. You can just pause the video and implement this. Okay. Now we have to pass this all movies to our movie list. Okay. So just pass it here. Now let's go to the movie list, and here just receive that data. And here we have to remove the existing imported one, which we imported from our constant. So just remove that, and let's do some changes here. Okay. So this is the all movies.map, and inside movie card we have to go and here. Okay. So first of all, let's display what are the data we are receiving here. Movies. Let's save this, and here also save this. Okay. As expected, we got an error. So use query is not defined. So first go to the movies, and here define this, means import this, and import this also. Okay. Now let's save it. Now the next error is here, cannot read property of undefined. So go inside this movie, and here just write like, okay, so just write like this, so that we can only receive the array. Okay. So now just pass this all movies array here inside movie list, and here all movies, just remove this for now. And now here we have to render the all movies. Okay. So now let's save it and go inside movie card, and here movie.poster URL, movie.title, rating, votes, age, languages, dot join. Okay. Now let's save it. Okay. So you can see that we displayed the movie, that this is the data which is coming from database. Okay. So I think we are done with the API integration here. Now let's go to the home page, and this is the recommended movie. If you click on see all, then we must redirect to our movies page. Okay, so let's go to the recommended section here, and here see all, just right here. Yeah, okay. Now let's go to the book home screen, movies, home screen, see all, move, home screen, F1. Okay. Okay, I think we are done with our all API integration except one thing, that is the seat layout. Okay, so that we will do in the next video. So that's all for this video. Thank you for watching.